the last real shock, as in a real proper shock. Something I've never seen in France. Parents who have toddlers on a leash.
Literally, I cannot. Hi everyone, welcome to this third episode with Francesca, Halem and Lou. Today we will take you through our experience with living abroad without wanting to offend anyone or to fall into any stereotype. We will be discussing certain culture shocks that we have noticed in our time abroad here in London.
Yes, so yeah, if you're interested in the potential impact of expatriation on your life and how to cope also with distance from loved ones and which culture shocks we have experienced so far here, then pour yourself a nice cup of tea and sit with us.
Yes, as usual, there's always a space on our couch ready for you.
Yes.
Okay, girls, how are you doing today?
Very good, thank you. How are you, Halem?
Not bad. Hanging on.
Great. Okay, so...
How are you, Lou?
I'm okay, I'm really good.
We always forget about
I'm really good, and you know I'm going to tell you why, and it fits very well with today's topic.
Yeah.
I'm going back home.
No.
Oh. Okay, it's a very sad day for us.
Yeah.
It's sad, but it's
not a good part. Exciting for Lou.
It's excitingly sad.
Okay. Let's go with that.
So, actually, where are you from?
Okay, you guys know me, but I'm gonna introduce myself to the public. So I was born in Tunisia. For who doesn't know, where is Tunisia? Because I've been asked this question before.
Really?
It's North Africa, guys. Please, geography, you know. So I was born in Tunisia. Then when I was 8 months old, 1 year old, my parents moved to Italy. So basically I grew up in Italy until the age of 19, when I actually moved here, London, to study. So I define myself as a third culture kid. I mean, I have like double home. Like I believe to be Tunisian, but also I am Italian, but also I feel like a little bit a Londoner now that I've been here for 3 years, 4 years almost.
Yeah.
So yeah.
I can go next. I am from Italy as well, Turin, which is in the north part of Italy. I don't have a huge part to say like Harlem. I don't have
history.
Such an interesting history, I'm afraid. But my parents, my dad was from Sicily, so I'm actually really happy that I can say that that my blood is from Sicily, which is in the south, as well as the north.
What about you, Lou?
I am from France, the southwest. Southwest.
Very
area.
Yeah.
Tell us where it's in the south. Southwest of France.
Where in the south?
Bergerac.
I love
The accent. The accent.
Bergerac. Yeah, I mean, I make it sound nicer than it is.
Yeah.
No, it's just a small town, 30,000 people.
Oh.
Born and raised there until I was 18, and I decided to move to London to university.
For those of you who don't know, Bergerac is very close to Bordeaux.
Yes, sorry, it is.
I forgot to mention my city, sorry guys.
Yeah.
I am from a little city close to Bologna. My city is like 10,000 inhabitants, so I don't even know if it does exist in geography maps, but it's so small.
What's it called?
Castel Bolognese. Yeah, it's a very small city, but you know.
And what's the town you were born in Tunisia?
It's called Ariana. Oh. I know, it's very like international name, like
nice.
Tunisia. Yeah.
And how long have you been living outside of your country?
If we refer to Italy, I've been living outside of Italy for now 4 years. Mm-hmm. So it's the length of uni. I moved here September 2017, and today is May. We are May, yes.
Yeah,
May 2021. So yeah.
Same for me, 4 years.
Yeah, I've been here a bit longer. It's gonna be 6 years in November.
How
for
come?
me. Because I've been an au pair here before.
Oh, yeah, that's true.
I came in 2015, and then I just enjoyed living in London, although my plan wasn't to stay here. But then I started uni. So drawing from what you just said, guys, what is your experience with living abroad, and how and why did it happen? Did you think it would last this long?
It was not supposed to last this long. It was supposed to last 3 years for me, but I decided to keep on moving. London was not enough, so I added more countries to the list. Why did I move originally? It was because I wanted to study abroad, so I wanted to move in a big city where I could practice my English and meet people from, all kinds of places.
Funny how I had no English to practice because I didn't know English at all.
Nice.
My experience, I really enjoy traveling. And I don't like traveling just 2 weeks in a country. I like to settle down, spend a few months, really get to discover the culture. Now, obviously, I've settled more in the UK, but I've also took every opportunity I had to go somewhere else. So I did an Erasmus.
Yeah, I remember.
Yeah. So instead of doing a 3-year bachelor, I ended up doing 4 years because I was also in Turkey and Germany. I also spent some time in Kenya. I became kind of addicted to this lifestyle, but always coming back to France.
To your roots.
Yeah, to my roots.
Okay, so my experience here. So as I said before, so I moved from a very, very small town in Italy to come to London, a huge city. And oh God, I mean, I loved it at first. I was like, wow, so many people, so many different people from everywhere. It was such a nice shock, but still a shock. But I loved it at the beginning. My plan was actually, to stay here 3 years, but I never actually planned to leave London. At the beginning, I was like, okay, let's see, 3 years of uni, and then you'll see, maybe you'll move back to Italy or maybe somewhere else in Europe. If I have to be honest, Italy was always like a plan B. If things go wrong in London, in UK, I'll always go back to Italy. Yeah. But now I'm more like, well, I'm not ready to go back to a really small town after, living in such a globalized city. But I'm open to options. Now I'm planning actually to do my master next year, so I will be staying in London for another year maybe. And then let's see what the future reserved for us, I guess.
So my experience here in London, well, like I said, I came here to learn English at first, and my plan was not to stay, to be fair, because I had a good life in Italy. But then I loved the year spent in London and around the British culture in general. I really enjoyed challenging myself as well. I think for the first 2 years, I really felt like this was not my place. I was out of place. And therefore, I just wanted to stay more because I wanted to feel like I was part of the society. And yeah, that's probably like the main reason I stayed. And of course, the fact that I joined university at some point helped. I mean, I had to stay. I kind of had to stay here for 3 years. It's actually quite funny because I always say, this is going to be my last year in London. I want to travel. I want to go somewhere else. I want to discover new cultures. But then I'm still here. So although I keep saying, no, my future is not here, now I'm open to the idea that this could be my future.
Could be for all of us. I mean, once you like it, when you settle down, you're like, well, it's kind of cozy here. But at the same time, I like the fact that we are open-minded on that, and we're like, oh no, I'm not traveling anywhere else. I'm just staying in London. We are open to the idea of moving abroad, but we also have, I think, this addiction to it, and you're like, the excitement.
There is no. Yeah, true. But also, I think there is no other city like London anywhere else. I don't know, for me.
But the thing is, you two really enjoy London, and I think out of the three of us, I'm the one who enjoys it the least. I love the multiculturality, obviously, but it's too big, it's too crowded, it's too noisy.
It's what we got used to. One of my best friends came to visit me in London. I was so excited because it was her first time, coming to London, and I thought, that she would love it and maybe, even think that at some point she will move here as well. And, like, oh my God, me and my best friend living together, the dream. But actually, she told me, I cannot keep the pace of London. Everybody's running.
Yeah.
And something that I didn't realize at the beginning, because I had already got used to, running around and, already, adapted to this kind of a rhythm. That I didn't understand that somebody from the outside could see this as
Craziness.
too chaotic, like too crazy, like.
But still, to be fair, I've lived in much bigger cities.
Yeah.
Istanbul is bigger.
Yeah, of course.
I am glad I got to experience in my life really different types of, very village, town, city, and gigantic capital cities.
Yes.
And we could go into the pros and cons of each, because obviously there are many. But after 4 years, I can say it has really made me so tired. And we spend so much energy trying to keep up, as you said.
Keep up with the pace. And we didn't realize that actually this is our new pace. And I wouldn't mind slowing down for a bit.
I just want to remind you that we just got off a lockdown. So
That's true.
I actually quite like the pace now.
That's true, no. But pandemic aside.
Yeah. Everything is pandemic aside, because we're talking about traveling and
Traveling, the dream.
Yeah.
But pandemic aside, I would say that we feel like, this is our new pace.
New habit.
New reality.
Yeah, it's part of us. But I wouldn't mind actually living in a little island just by myself selling coconut water. Selling coconut water on an island in the Caribbean, somewhere where it's warm. Because let's put it out there. We love London, but
The weather, man.
Yeah.
Oh.
if I start hating the city, it's just because of the weather.
And the food.
Yeah, but we're gonna talk about that.
So, guys, tell me the best memory. Oh no, for you, Lou.
Okay.
Okay. So, Lou,
Your
tell
last
me
day.
which one is gonna be your best memory of London
Yes.
and the worst memory of London.
Well, the thing is, my memories are about people, not necessarily places. So my best memories is just going to be whatever we do together, the three of us.
That is emotional.
But if don't cry. But if I were to choose something that's relating not to a place, then it would be whenever we would have a picnic or walk by the river. When we went to Brighton, just doing little, outdoorsy stuff
Yeah.
by the nature or
By the
outdoor trips.
river
yeah.
in Richmond Park.
You will miss the river.
I will miss the river. Least favorite memory? I guess sometimes you just interact or have to do certain things that make you realize that you're in a different country and you're not in your country. And there are little things that remind you of that. Because you're not going through the day thinking, oh, look at me, I'm a foreigner. That's not how you feel.
No, this is not how you feel.
But sometimes it's a bit of like a slap in your face that, you kind of are. Especially after certain political events that happened.
I can't
i.e.
Brexit. I can't Brexit.
Yes. Yeah, that's it for me. What about you?
Okay, so my worst memory about living in London is taxes and rent and bureaucracy, because why not? Rent is so expensive. Moving out is so expensive as well. So I think I moved to 5 different places in the past 3 years. It's crazy. But Francesca has a record. So
Yeah, literally.
she beat me on this.
I moved 3 times in less than a year.
And who you think helped her? We are her movie
Oh my
agents.
god,
Yeah.
guys, you have no idea.
Who helps
These
packing
two helped me so much. There was once where I had to move last year and I had really like high fever, like high temperature, and I could not move out of the bed. I could not, and I still had to pack everything and just load up the car, and Harlem did it all for me.
I was like, I had no clue of what I was packing. I was just, Francesca, this goes in? Yes, yes. Just like giving me direction, instruction. And then I remember one year we did...
A friend of us.
Exactly, a friend of a Francesca.
She had a car, so she helped me.
We did 6 trips up and down from Kingston to
because
Richmond.
the problem is Francesca has so much stuff.
Unbelievable.
You
guys.
cannot believe it.
I do. At the time, I had an inflatable bed.
What's your favorite?
Oh, my favorite. Oh, I think Central London. Experiences in Central London, of course, like with you guys. Yeah, I think that's one of the best memories. Like, there's so many things you can do, so many things you can... Do you remember our first
Yes, I do.
New Year's Eve in London?
Oh my god,
Oh.
it was... We wanted to see the
cringe.
firework.
We had this stupid idea of wanting to see London's firework,
Yeah.
because why not? And we just lived the homeless life for like a few hours.
Yes, because it was obviously freezing cold by the river, so humid as well. And we did not buy tickets, so we had to go to another bridge where you could watch it for free. But that involved waiting 5 hours.
God,
Yes.
I cannot believe we did this.
For 15 minutes firework that
Yes!
I had to see most of it through other people's
Oh.
phones because everyone was filming it, so I could only see their arms.
But
So, yeah.
it stays my best experience, my best memory, honestly,
Yeah.
here in London. What about you, Francesca? What's the best and the worst
So
experience?
the worst, we just talked about it. It's definitely moving. And also, like, what I really don't like about London is the fact that finding a place, a decent, actually, just a decent place, where there are no pests or where
Spiders.
spiders or like the doors or floors cracking all the times, and you know, with like a clean carpet, it's just so hard.
Where was the
Positive best memory, the end of the first year of uni, I think.
we had so much fun.
Yeah, and also like I worked so hard the first year of uni, and I was just so scared of not making it because it was my first year studying in a language that wasn't my first language. I did well, and I was just really happy and so relieved, and it was such a nice summer as well, really hot and sunny, and I just made really good friends. It was just really nice. That's probably the best memory that I have. Like, it's probably like me being happy. That is the best memory that I have.
Happiness.
And every day I'm actually super grateful that I live very close to the river and very close to nature and the beautiful skylines, or you know,
I love those skylines. I
yeah,
guess.
they're just beautiful.
So in every episode, we would like to share with you a little self-care tip to help you survive. Now, it could be anything, big, small, that we think is useful when sometimes life hits you hard.
If you want to know why we do this self-care tips segment, listen to our introduction episode.
This week, we would like to discuss how actually we cope with homesickness, if we actually cope with it, and more generally, how we deal with missing our loved ones.
Yeah, in my case, I actually don't think I cope with it. I think that not having your family here or like close to you and having the opportunity to go and see them whenever you want, it's really hard, and I'm sure that many of you can relate. You get used to be independent. You used to be by yourself, which is at the end not a very bad thing. And yeah, you will miss them maybe every day, but yeah, you just get used to it, I think. And to be fair, it wasn't too hard, not even at the beginning. Of course, after like during the pandemic, it was harder. But you know, nowadays there are so many ways you can video chat with your family and call, and even play games with them by Zoom or whatever application you use. And I think for me, it's also maybe eating home food. So my parents sometimes they do send me a box of Italian goodies, and I think that making food with that definitely helps.
Yeah. Well, obviously nothing beats going back home for a few months.
Few weeks.
Few weeks. Yeah.
So,
Yeah, but when that's not possible, well, about missing your loved ones, you just keep in touch with them, really. As you said, call, text, video chat, whatever. What I tend to do, it's really about listening to specific music
oh,
that
actually
if
nice.
I make you guys listen to it, you would not understand, because it's just, you have to be French to know or understand why we like it. And also another thing that I tend to do pretty often is watch TV series, like French TV series.
That's a classic.
Yes. Just have good old French humor and just laugh in my own language. That always brightens my mood. Yes.
But we Italians do the same. We like to watch our Cine Panettone. Is it Cine Panettone, right? Movies that make us laugh so much, but because they remind of Italian people. These are funny.
Italian culture, we are
that's
funny.
it.
But yeah, music as well helps, like the classical. It's just the classical, the staple. So Ascolo, sì, zucchero. But yeah, it actually helps. When it comes to missing Tunisia, nothing can beat the food. I mean, it's just. But yeah, if I miss my family, my friends, it's just a matter of keeping in touch. There's no really way to cope with it, I guess.
To go back to what Alan was saying before, there is a very juicy topic that we want to introduce. And so I'm going to start with this question. What food do you miss most from your home country? And what did you think of British food when you first arrived here?
Oh, well.
That's a loaded question.
I mean, what do I miss from Italy? Actually, I will be very specific with this. So I am used to get pizza from a corner shop, which is few steps away from my house. The shop makes the best pizza in town, like the best pizza in town.
In Italy.
In Italy, in my little city in Italy. It's called La Pizzeria del Viale. I mean, no, everybody would know it. Like in my city, everybody knows Pizzeria del
But
Viale.
I mean, it's a good recommendation.
Right? Pizzeria del Viale.
for us when
He's
we go.
actually Egyptian, the owner. He makes the best pizza and it's cheap as well. So yeah, pizza, lasagne, but I want to be very specific about this as well. My mom's lasagne. That's it. I love carbs, so this
Who
is.
doesn't?
But if you ask me what I miss from my other home country, so Tunisia, I would say my grandma food. She made the best brick, so which is basically a kind of samosa with veggies inside, potatoes, eggs, and it's very nice. It's a starter, but if you eat more than one, it can be a main. What about you, Francesca? Because we are in the theme of Italian food.
Yeah.
True. What I miss about home, it's honestly, I think for me, it's homemade food, most of it. Because at the end of the day, even here in London, you can find very good pizza, and you can find very good pasta.
I haven't yet.
That is so not true. The thing is,
Pizza like the one that I have in my corner shop in Italy.
yeah, exactly. Of course. But that's what I mean.
Homemade food.
Yeah, it's homemade food. As I was saying, unlike Alem, I do think that you can find good pizza here and good pasta in proper Italian restaurants and food. But what I really miss, it's my mom's cooking, my grandma's cooking, my grandpa meatballs and ice cream. The thing is, in Italy, you can find ice cream everywhere. In London, not every ice cream place, gelateria has got very good ice cream. And I'm such a big fan of ice cream, guys.
We know that.
Yeah. Because I live in southwest London, here you can find Venchi, which is actually from my city, Turin, by the way. Amorino, which is across London, really.
The one in Chiswick.
Yeah, in Chiswick there is one that's called O'Dono, and there is one in Clapham Junction as well. And then
O'Dono is the one which has the best pistachio.
oh yes, that's the one. And then we have Danieli, if you are in the Richmond Kingston area.
So what about you?
Everything. literally everything, and just the quality of the products. Even if you just go buy fruits or vegetables or whatever, it's just gonna taste better. It's gonna be better quality than here in the UK, I find.
It is true. Actually, because I think most of the products are cultivated in France.
And in Italy in our case, I think so as well.
And to be more specific, as you said, just homemade. Like my mom's crepe, honestly. And oh man, bread. That's one thing I miss so much. Bread. I have not found good bread.
Yeah, that's so true. And honestly, I thank God for that. Otherwise, I would eat bread every day long.
Like bread goes with everything.
Yeah, it does. Honestly, bread.
I miss bread.
I miss bread too.
Crusty on the outside
and
soft on the inside.
Oh my God, guys, we love food.
Yeah,
we love food.
So going on to the second question, what did you think of British food when you first came here?
Oh well. Okay, you can have the Sunday roast and the fish and chips.
Yeah.
and that's it. That's what I thought.
Ahlam always goes for the fish and chips.
No, guys, it's nice. I mean, sometimes.
No, the thing is, if you do find good pubs where you can have
Nice
good English or British food, it's, you know, you can have a good time, and the food is actually quite nice.
Yes.
However, the thing is, in every single pub you go to, there are always the same mains,
It's not very
which
varied.
is burgers, fish and chips, chicken pie or vegetarian pie, fries, onion rings.
It's Sunday roast.
Yeah, and Sunday roast, exactly.
It's not varied. Exactly.
It's not like you go to a restaurant and you get a variety of things every time you go.
I mean, at least in London, from all the pubs, you can actually expect all the food, the same food. If you, there's nothing like, oh, I'm going today in a British restaurant. Like,
No, that doesn't.
where the hell is that? No, it
It's
doesn't
a
exist.
pub.
It's a pub.
And to be fair, we are in London, so we have access to food from any country you could think of.
Exactly.
So we always eat. We never eat English. Well,
No,
we barely.
that's true. But
barely eat
actually,
English.
this is when I came to London. Actually, I discovered Indian food, Thai food,
Yeah, same.
Vietnamese food. Something that I was like, in Italy we don't
Blown
have
away.
this.
No,
Exactly.
we don't
have
have.
this every day
No.
because we have good food, so we don't need other food. That's true. Yeah, in London I discovered all this new food that is actually delicious. But this is not because of the British culture, but because London is multicultural and there are so
Yeah.
many places. You can eat nice curries, nice
Yeah.
Thai. No.
And so, more generally, do you have noticed any differences between your culture and the one here?
You mean like with food?
No, in general.
In general.
Many. Yeah, one of the first things that I've noticed coming here, especially at uni actually, is the individualistic culture that I mean, the first time I came to London, not even to London actually, the first time ever that I lived in the UK, I was in where was I? Bournemouth.
Oh, nice.
Yeah, I lived there for a couple of weeks. And what stood out to me was how, not lonely, but like how people were doing things by themselves. And for me, coming from Italy, where I never went to the restaurant by myself. I never went shopping by myself.
To the cinema.
I've never went to the cinema, or anywhere. I was always with my family, with my mom, with my friends, never by myself. And coming to a reality like that here, I was just so impressed and also like shocked because I wasn't sure whether it's because they were actually lonely or because they actually liked spending time by themselves, because I am a people person and I love spending time with people, and I just could not believe it. But then living here and being independent, and I actually discovered that I quite like doing things by myself, and it was kind of a challenge at the end because I wanted to, you know, be able to be happy by myself as well.
But it's so weird sometimes.
But it's it's really strange how I mean, it's good on one side, but it's also really bad on the other side, because I've noticed that, especially after having like an English boyfriend and like many English friends, I've noticed how lonely they are sometimes. They do have issues sometimes to open up with others about emotions, I'm not just talking about open up about life's problems, but
Yeah.
especially emotions, and that is really hurtful, really hurtful, and you can tell that coming from another country, because I've always been I've always been so open with my emotions to, not to everyone, but you know, to
Even
those close to me.
The simple thing of hugging, like that's we do a lot in Italy. It's like it's not handshaking, it's like proper hugging. Here, even before pandemic aside, they maintain distance. You know.
I remember that when I first arrived, I'm so used to kissing people to say hello, like, you know, what we're doing first. And I always had this, you know, this just, my body does it automatically.
It's kind of natural, right?
And I had to stop midway because I was like, no, they don't do it here.
Exactly.
They're gonna think I'm crazy.
Exactly. But we usually, even you met this person, like, you know, once only, you just hug after. But here it was like, okay, no. So yeah, I think it comes already from, you know, you can already tell from the physical touch that they don't like. But you know, I came to terms with this, and I kind of like it. I like, you know, like, if you don't know me, please maintain distance. It's quite nice. But I do think they love their space, and I don't blame them for this. I mean, it's quite nice to have your own space, and of course sometimes it's just get lonely for them, I guess. You know, it depends on the personality as well. I didn't have the same experience as Francesca. Also because, I mean, it's funny to say, but I don't have a lot of British friends.
Yeah, me neither.
I don't know if it's because of my personality and, like, you know, kind of bubbly, fizzy everywhere, and they don't go to terms with me, or maybe it's just, you know, casuality, I don't know. But I don't have close British friends, so I really don't have this kind of experience.
Yeah, I failed my integration on that.
Yes, we failed integration.
Like, the only close British friend I have, I actually met in France.
Yeah, really.
Yeah.
But you know, like I've noticed that at uni, on the first day of uni, because I remember that so I was in this group of people, and I was the only foreigner, so everyone else was English, and I was really anxious. English wasn't my first language. I knew no one, and I was panicking, but still I was the only one trying to make an effort to get to know people.
Yes,
that's true.
They were just so shy and lonely and quiet, and I just couldn't understand whether it was me, the issue. And you know, after a couple of months, I just realized how they're not used to maybe
or not interested.
so many interactions. Yeah, maybe they're not interested in doing that. But honestly, I think they are. I think they just sometimes they do have troubles on how to do it.
Maybe it's like in Nordic cultures. I mean, if we can consider United Kingdom part of the Nordic countries.
However, they are really polite. That's something that I really like.
Maybe too much. Like, there's kind of a limit. British people, especially like old people and middle-aged, too polite.
But I think if we have to put on a scale, too polite or like rude,
Italian.
I think
French.
exactly. I think too polite wins. You know, like I prefer living with someone who is too polite.
Into there's too polite people. I am.
And
actually.
it's not a bad thing.
It's not a bad thing, but I'm apologizing for everything. I didn't even like touch anybody, right? Passing through, you know, a hallway. And I'm already, you know, ready to say, oh, sorry. Oh, sorry, honey. Oh, darling.
Oh my God, yes. So that's one thing.
Yeah.
Politeness is very good. That's one thing I do appreciate.
Yeah.
But sometimes you move to another zone, which is not politeness anymore. It's, I think,
fake.
Yes. It's fake.
Yeah,
fake positivity.
Yeah.
Oh, that's brilliant. That's lovely. Amazing. When in reality,
It's like, hello, it's just...
I know,
No.
you just do something basic, right?
It's very true.
Thank you would have been enough, okay? Because I did something basic that probably I had to do anyways.
Oh, you're a star.
Oh my God, yeah.
Oh my
Yeah,
God.
that's very true. That's very true.
Thank you, you made me feel good, but this was not necessary.
No, the last real shock, as in a real proper shock, something I've never seen in France. Parents who have toddlers on a leash.
Literally, I cannot.
On a leash. Oh my god.
I
cannot.
I've seen
stand
that
it.
a few times,
Yeah.
but
Did our parents need to have us on a leash?
Because we're not British.
Exactly. However, okay, something else that shocked me, and again, I have noticed when I was living with this English family is that, I mean, not that shocked me. It's kind of good in a way, but I'm not sure how good. It's basically the way they teach table manners to the kids. So the kids, they cannot leave the table until they finish, until everyone finish, and if they ask. So they need to ask in order for them to leave the table.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, Mom, can I leave the table, please?
That's good manner.
Yeah, it is very good manners, and it's actually quite. It's actually really good, and it's amazing. But it's just so funny when you actually compare it to my family. Like if you
Everybody
guys.
says that when they're. I was just going.
Especially with the kids. Oh my god, the kids are never on the table.
Yeah.
Kids are never on the table, and they just do whatever they want. And even at the restaurant. Oh my god. Oh my god. And another thing, when I used to go to dinner with this family, at the restaurant, everyone was just there in silence, staring at the menu, and in silence choosing what to eat, and then ordering the food one by one. And again, if I have to compare that scene to my family's, it's just the funniest
What do you
thing.
want?
Yeah.
Right.
Why did you choose that?
They didn't even ask each other what they were gonna get.
No.
What?
Like we do that.
That's 90% of choosing is asking what the other one gets.
and sharing. Okay, I'm gonna have some of yours.
Which dessert are you getting so we can...
Exactly.
And that was so funny. Oh my god. It's just hilarious.
It's different culture completely. Italians are loud. British people hate noise.
That's something I realized when the three of us are on a bus and we're talking. At some point, I think, have we been screaming for the entire?
Are we too loud?
And we are really loud. We're so loud compared to them.
But it's because we are fun.
We definitely are fun.
Now, to wrap up, what lesson would you like our audience to take from this episode?
Well, if you ever come to UK, be prepared to what we have said. But yeah, London, it's a very nice and multicultural city. So really, if you want to meet people or discover, challenge yourself, just live in London for a few months. You will regret it after, but
Yes.
yeah.
And generally, just going beyond London or the UK.
Yeah. Traveling.
It's always going to be beneficial.
Yeah.
It's going to make you more independent, as Francesca said earlier.
Oh,
You're
definitely,
gonna discover so many things and grow very, very fast.
Yeah.
Grow your maturity.
Yes. And you'll just come back with nice memories.
Yeah, exactly. I completely agree with what the both of you just said. I suggest everyone to travel, even if living abroad scares you or you think that your home country will always be the one. I think that looking at what's outside, good or bad, is always an experience to take in, and it can you can just get richer and richer.
Oh yeah. And it's also going to enrich your vision of your home country and maybe
and the
make
world.
and the world. Yeah. Make you realize
And
maybe.
How lucky you are.
Yeah, exactly.
Definitely, how lucky you are
Yes.
to be able to travel, first of all.
Yeah. And also, I think for me as well, how important your family is
Yes.
to you. I love being independent, and I said multiple times to my parents that I won't go back and live in Italy.
I'm not gonna leave back with that. Oh no.
But I realized how important family is only in those past years, and how much I own them, basically.
Yeah. Same. Sometimes you have to leave to come back.
Yeah.
Better.
Yeah.
Yeah, I never saw it this way. Thank you very much for episode. We hope you enjoyed it. Please do share your thoughts and comments on our Instagram page and give us a follow to keep updated on new episodes.
Don't hesitate to ask us any questions you have about this week's topic. We will always be more than happy to reply.
Also, if you have any suggestions on your own self-care tip, do not hesitate to share them. There will always be someone benefiting from it. We also want you to know that we are not professionals or experts, and that the debates we create come from our own experience and personal opinion, along with some research on the side.
Bye!
Bye!